campaign. And first, Russ wanted to send his apologies that he couldn't be here himself today. But I did just want to give a quick update on the campaign, sort of where things are at and what we're doing. And I'll start with this week. The biggest thing was we closed the books on the third quarter. This is our second sort of financial report. We're happy to say that we raised $2.4 million over the quarter. And I think that the best part about that is that we are now just under 20,000 grassroots donors in the state of Wisconsin. So this is $25 at a time coming from people all over the state. We had donors from all 72 counties within the first 4 days of us announcing. So the support among grassroots supporters, county Democrats, city Democrats like you, is really being the engine behind this campaign. And as a result of this, we've had public polls out, a lot of them now. Russ has been up in every single one, and Ron Johnson has never been above 42%, which is not a very good place for an incumbent senator to be. So we're in a very strong position, and this is sort of where everything that everybody before me has talked about today kicks in, because Americans for Prosperity has called Senator Johnson a model legislator. These guys, Code for Growth and Eric O'Keefe just announced $700,000 ad buy against us, which puts the total ad spending against us up to $1.5 million already. Keep in mind we're still 13 months out from the election, and we expect that to grow immensely between now and election day, especially because the support that we're seeing around the state.
What is an ad buy? What is it?
TV ads you'll see from Club for Growth. One of them has like an old-timey song with saying that Russ has sort of changed, he's become Washington, things like that. So, next I want to update you on sort of what Russ has been doing on the campaign. As always, he's been traveling around the state, listening to people. As a matter of fact, in the first 101 days of the campaign, he traveled to all 72 counties. This is something that we don't think Senator Johnson did in the first 4 years that he was elected. This is traveling around, listening to people in coffee shops, small businesses. He also just finished a little college tour, listening to college students around the state, which culminated with last Saturday. Senator Elizabeth Warren came into the state, and they did a rally at UW-Madison on college affordability. So things are going very good. But what I really want to talk about is what this campaign is going to be about, and what Russ has been hearing as he's been traveling around the state. And the main thing is that people in the state feel that the economy has recovered only for those at the very top. If you're a millionaire or a billionaire, you're doing fine. You're recovered from the recession. Sort of middle-class working families haven't. They're working harder and harder and harder, and they're finding it harder and harder to make ends meet. So I think if you take away one thing today, what this is about and what these groups behind have done in Wisconsin is there's a disrespect among workers, and we have to get to a state that is once again a community, and once again a state that respects and rewards hard work. The idea where if you work hard, you want to be able to get ahead, you want to be able to put a little money in the bank for life's extraordinary expenses, and you should be able to enjoy some time with your friends and family. Unfortunately, that is too far out of reach for way too many Wisconsin families today. How do we do that? First, we're long overdue to increase the minimum wage. And not increase the minimum wage by a couple dollars. We need a minimum wage that people can actually live on. Russ has joined the movement to increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour, which would be a living wage for most people. Next, paid family leave. There are too many families who can't get off of work to spend time with family members when they're sick, even to spend time with new children when they're born. This is something that every other industrialized country in the world does. It's far past time the United States guarantees that for everybody. Next, and this is the one that Russ has heard the most about, is traveling around the state. The cost of college is so high, and the amount of debt that students have to take on burdens them to a degree that they can't start their lives. Russ will say that this is a denial of the American dream, that students can't go to college. We have to find a way to allow students to graduate debt-free in this country. And for those who are burdened by debt, we have to allow them to refinance their student loans just like anyone else can with a mortgage. This is very important for the future of our of our country, and it's also one of the biggest contrasts on this campaign. Senator Ron Johnson has said that the federal government should have never got involved in student loans. It shouldn't be doing anything to help kids go to college. He's also said that there should not be a federal minimum wage, besides for guest workers. Guest workers should have a minimum wage, but American citizens, there should be no federal minimum wage for them. So if you take anything away today, take away that. Talk to your friends and neighbors about that. This is going to be what decides this election. And I just sort of want to finish by building on some of this stuff where this election is about more than Russ Feingold, and he knows that. This is about taking back the state of Wisconsin. So of course, in 2016, we're going to elect Russ Feingold. We're going to win the state for the Democrats. But we also have to elect people down the table. We've got to win Senate back seats in the state assembly. We've got to do that in the state senate. And we've got to build a base where 2018, we can take back the governor's office. So I agree that with the president, this lawsuit has tremendous capabilities, but that takes care of the reapportionment. We have to win the state back, take back the governorship, and take back the state houses. As local Democrats, you guys are the ones that make that happen. So I just want to take the time now to thank you for all that you have done for us and all that you're going to do over the next 13 years. So thank you.